1 second from half court.
Jumping for joy.
First ever.
A 2-on-1. Oh!
Did he bring it in? He did.
It is.
Caught!
You're looking live at APNG Arena in Hartford, Maryland. It's the 2025 MPSSAA Class 3 State Volleyball Championship featuring the 19-0 North Hagerstown Hubs and the Howard Lions at 24-0. I'm Richard Terry, joined by Coach Emily Benedict, and we are excited to bring you the best game of the year to you live on NFHS Network. Coach, the battle of the unbeatens. What are you looking forward to in this game?
This is an incredible matchup here tonight. We have two undefeated teams, 24-0, 19-0. We have North Hagerstown looking for their four-peat. This would be their fourth state championship win in a row. Howard looking for their first win since 1980. This is going to be an insane battle tonight.
We were opened up by a beautiful rendition of the national anthem by number 2, Zalika Pabalon. Serve will start with the Hubs. Jacksonville Volleyball Beach commit number 13, Madison Schatzner, will kick us off. Dylann from the back row. Dylann again, tip play. Unsurprisingly, Cadence Dylann gets us going. North Hagerstown an early 1-0 lead.
Everyone knows she's coming. She's already committed. They're going to go ahead and establish her early here tonight.
Schatzner again. Kendra Brown got that one over. Dylann again. Blocked. That's Dylann Loggins. Watch out for her. Rally at the net. Brown again blocked. Loggins blocked herself. Here we go, Brown. Dylann's bump set. Howard the other way. Brown tip play. Picked up well. Dylann. Howard, their first point of the night. Serving now for the Lions. The libero, Miranda Ball. Beautiful float serve there. Dylann. Thundering swing. Howard will respond. From the back row, it's out. That was Ordonez. North Hagerstown retake their lead. Now serving number 12, Charlotte Booth. Booth, a freshman. Brown into the block, right back to herself. Setter dump. Bump set by Ball and kill.
Great play by Howard. They know they have a freshman there on the court instead of their sophomore libero. Tried to go right to her on that dump.
That was Imagine Peltier. Peltier will serve here. Peltier serves out. Hagerstown reclaim their lead. What a name, Imagine. Imagine Peltier. I've seen lists on social media accounts of all name teams for different sports. Peltier is playing college volleyball at Middle Tennessee, and I'm sure she'll find her way onto a social media account or two. Service from Mareball. Brown. Picked up well by Howard. Brown again the other way. Off the block. Tied again, 3 apiece. Brown will serve. Brown. Ace.
That'll be the first ace of the night. We've seen it all day here at the arena. Service pressure coming fast from both sides.
Off the diving hands of Schatzner. Brown to serve again. Schatzner's there this time. Dylann down. Hagerstown tie it. Dylann will serve. She has the most kills in the MPSSAA. Coming into this one with 444. She's already had a few today. Her serve picked up by Brown. That one just out. That was from number 4, Anna Fielder. Dylann will serve again. Float serve picked up well. Fielder into the net, never got it over.
North Hagerstown capitalizing on some of these early errors here on Howard's side.
Dylann looking to keep the momentum going. Brown back over. What happened there, Coach?
Looks like a little bit of a miscommunication between the setter and the middle on what play they were running on that. Got the hitters talking it out now here on the court. We'll see how they respond in this serve receive right here.
Majumdar serving now. Sidewinding on that one. Pavillon was there. Dylann from the back row. No touch. We're tied 6 apiece.
A little wide, but she's flying up there. They're setting her all the way up on that 7-foot line. She is sailing for that ball.
You know the confidence they have in a player. If a set is coming from somebody in the back row. Majumdar. Pavillon's there. Again for Dylann. They want to feed her. Howard doesn't seem to care. They retake the lead, 7-6.
Long again.
Majumdar. Will Howard look to change things up here? Johnson first touch. Blocked. Majumdar. Bump set. Fielder. Blocked. Kill. Ordonez.
Great swing down the line. Has a 2-point lead. 2-point lead here early in the first set.
Majumdar serving this run. Howard look to extend their lead. Picked up well. Blocked. Loggins and Fielder combining. Actually, that might be a solo block for Fielder and a 3-point lead.
You got Johnson looking around at her offense, trying to find her hitters.
Majumdar, Pavillon. Majumdar can't get a handle of that. Charlotte Williams, a much-needed kill for the Hubs. Pavillon to serve.
Freshman Charlotte Booth back in there for North Hagerstown.
Brown can't get a handle of that, and this ball still in play. Caught a couple of people off guard on the court. Blocked. Dylann, tip, down.
A smart play by Dylann. Went up for that back row attack. This is the first off speed we've seen from her out of that back row.
Unsurprisingly, catching everybody off guard with the power she presents. Pavillon serving. Brown there. Loggins got it.
Just hammered that one straight down through the block.
Loggins stands at 6'2". Expect her presence to be very important today. Ordonez to serve. Ordonez. Dylann. Dylann just has to push it over. Fielder blocked. That was middle Mia Johnson.
Looks like Howard's running a 5-1 here. We have Peltier up there as a setter. You can look for that D ball, but that North Hagerstown block knows that ball's going to the middle or the outside. She only has 2 up there in the front row.
Serving for North Hagerstown, Lauren Lai. Lai serve. Brown to receive. Fielder off the tip. Howard's point kill. Fielder said her name a lot early for the Lions. Vassar will come in and serve for. Vassar. Pabellon. Picked up well by Ball. Out.
There's that D-ball trying to move that block around, keep that offense spread out from our front row setter.
Opportunity for Donia. She just couldn't get on top of it. Schatzner will serve. Picked up by Ball. Brown. Looking for placement. Picked up well by Schatzner. Into the net. Hazel. Howard keep their lead. Ball will serve.
Howard looking to push towards 15 early in this first set.
Ball serve picked up by Schatzner. Quick set. Into the net. Point Howard.
A little bit tight on that first ball reception pass.
Ball serving. Howard looking to extend. Float serve picked up by Schatzner. Having difficulties getting control. Howard looking to respond here. Brown out. North Hagerstown needed that. They looked uncomfortable with ball serving.
North Hagerstown needs to work on settling down this serve receive. You have you had Lauren Lai out there trying to pull that ball straight out of the net on that last point.
Freshman Booth serving here. Great float serve. Dug out well by Vassar. Brown tries to drop one in, won't work. Dylann. Tip. Picked up well. Ball pushes. And that set drifted towards the net. Point Howard.
There's that tight ball again. Line doing her best.
Peltier will serve. A bit surprising. We haven't seen explosive kills so far. It's been more of well-placed balls, putting teams out of system and creating moments like that. Ace Peltier.
We've seen a lot of strong, tough, flat, floating, dropping serves here early in the first set. It's been a little hard for that serve receive to handle on both sides.
This pressure from Howard is immense. Peltier keeping it up. Schatzner difficult coming down with that one. It'll be free for the Lions. Ball, great job to get there. Blocked. Dylann. North Hagerstown has somebody to call on a Dylann. You need a point. You know who to call. She's wearing number 4. Looking to be a 4-time state champion. Mare ball to serve here. Out.
Waiting for one of these teams to establish some momentum here in this set. Had some errors slowing these points down.
Brown will serve here. Mirabal and Booth, both freshmen who have served a few times this game. North Hagerstown not shying away from the fact that this is the highest stage you can play on. Dylann. Sounds about right. Kill there. 3-point game.
Not scared of her block either. They have a decent-sized block up on her. She's swinging away.
Dylann will serve into the net. 4-point lead, Howard.
We've had a couple service errors on both sides here. Kind of hard to establish a flow of a game. See if Howard can get a run going.
Majumdar serving, looking to extend the Lions' lead. Pabellon. Off the hands. Fielder managing to put that in a perfect spot on an uncomfortable set. Brown's there. Fielder again. Dropped in. 5-point lead, Howard. Timeout on the floor. We will take one, too. You're watching the MPSSAA Volleyball Championships on the NFHS Network. We will be right back.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends. Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Welcome back to the NFHS Network and our live coverage of the MPSSAA State Championships. Richard Terry alongside Coach Emily Benedict. Howard an early set one lead, 18-13. How can North Hagerstown respond?
Some of those unforced errors. I'm sure that's what Coach was saying to them. We need to pull back on some of those. We've had some missed swings, some missed serves here on a strong kill right out of this timeout.
See how North Hagerstown responds. Majumdar serving. Dylan's there. Johnson. Rolled over. Loggins.
That block lands out. What a swing.
It's not easy to get up with somebody who is 6'2". And then you make contact and the ball still ends up out of play. Dylann Loggins, ladies and gentlemen. Majumdar serving. Johnson. Dolan, back row. Peltier on it. Fielder. Howard has come to play. 2013.
That is an out-of-system set with the libero off the court, and they still turned it into a kill. What a great ball.
Majumdar looking to keep this run going. Just barely out. That's a great job by Pabalon. Howard so far has silenced the 3 straight state champion winners in the hubs. They've been here before. How do they respond? Pabalon serving. Ball there. Peltier. Ordonez. Johnson out. Off of Charlotte Booth. Howard need 4 more to win set 1. Ordonez to serve. Dylan's there. Johnson. Dropped over. Pabalon. Johnson again. Dump. Kept alive. But not over.
Good play by Johnson. Was just wondering. She's front row. That was a great ball.
Haven't said her name much. North Hagerstown not really looking to activate their middles so far early in this one. Lai serving here. Ball is there. Back over. Booth.
That is the freshman on that North Hagerstown team.
Of course, right when I say middles haven't been activated, you see a play like that. Lai serving again. Ball. Peltier. Dump. Down.
And she said they can do that too on second contact. Howard 3 points to the win in set 1.
Vassar back to serve. A very heady play by Peltier. Retakes the momentum for the Lions. Vassar. Pabalon reading that perfectly.
That's a great call and some great communication. We can see it and hear it from all the way up here.
Pabalon, only a sophomore. She looks like a senior right now with the way she's playing. Schatzner serving. Brown gets it. Peltier. Loggins. Just barely out.
These are some tough swings from Howard.
That might have been an inch separating 2 points to victory. Instead, it remains 3. Schatzner. Ball. Peltier. Brown. Spinning across and in. Dylann did all she could to get there, but that one just hovered basically right above the net until it finally dropped in. Ball to serve. Her service pressure is what initially created this large lead. Schatzner can't get it. Ace.
We have 1 point to go.
Howard very well traveled. They fill up the far side stand. They'll explode here if they get this point. Ball. Pabellon's there. Dylann. What a kill.
That is the kind of response you would expect to see from North Hagerstown, a team that is currently undefeated.
Booth serving, especially from somebody like Cadence Dylann. She's been here for 3 straight years. She knows what this is like. Booth. On the other hand, Booth, the freshman, serving. And digging there. Brown. Just barely out.
An amazing swing, 8-foot line. Just found the outside of that sideline.
How about the play there from Howard?
That was phenomenal, and they're starting to establish those middles.
Vassar can't get it. Ace. Here come the Hubs. That's a freshman serving in Booth. She's been here before. Not really, but she's been here before.
North Hagerstown fighting without their libero on the court.
Booth. Beautiful serve to Vassar. Back over. Kill. Eden Shupp. Timeout on the floor, and we will take you to 1-2. You're watching the MPSSAA Volleyball Championships on the NFHS Network. We'll be right back.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America.
Welcome back to the NFHS Network and our live coverage of the MPSSAA State Championships. Charlotte Booth will serve here, trying to complete a set 1 comeback for the Hubs. They trail by 2. Freshman Booth. Great serve, Vassar there. Peltier, setter dump, Redwell. Booth again. Dylann. Down!
It was a freshman middle defending that dump. An aggressive play by Howard.
We've only seen 1 game, but I've already lost count of plus 25 sets. Do we see another here? Booth. Great serve. Received great by Ordonez. Brown. Push. Looks like this will be free. Dylann. Over. Vassar. Peltier. Brown. Down! The comeback falls short. Set 1 goes to the Lions. We'll be right back with some more MPSSAA action.
This is heart. This is pride. This is community. This is high school football.
Welcome back to the NFHS Network and our live coverage of the MPSSAA State Championships. Richard Terry alongside Coach Emily Benedict. Set 1 goes to the Lions. Coach, what's your takeaway from that first set?
Well, this is the first time that North Hagerstown has dropped a set in the finals match in the last 3 years. Their last 3 wins have been clean sweeps here in the state finals, so this is going to be a new territory for them coming back into this second set. Looking at it, Howard is really, really motivated out here to win tonight. North Hagerstown has some heavy hitters, phenomenal offense. If they can get that serve receive picked up here in the second set, they have a great shot at coming back and fighting for this win.
And there's a reason they want this one. Head coach Grant Scott has been coaching since 2020. He's got a record of over 100 wins. That's a lot for coaching since 2020, yet Howard's last state championship, 1980. Why? Because you have teams like North Hagerstown who have just dominated the state tournament. Howard have lost interest in that, and today, well, at least in the first set, they've outperformed North Hagerstown. What should North Hagerstown do to rekindle themselves?
North Hagerstown has some great senior leadership on the board. On the court, you have Cadence Dylann. You have a phenomenal setter in Lauren Lai. You have a lot of great leadership. They're looking to figure out what offense is going to be the most successful against this undefeated Howard team here tonight. It's the first time they've matched up this season.
It's important to note that hitter for North Hagerstown, senior who has won 3 straight state championships, arguably the best hitter in Maryland, she hasn't really been that involved in this game. When she's had her opportunities, it sailed a little bit. Howard, on the other hand, they're not calling on one single person. They have all been involved, every single one of them making an impact so far. Do you expect North Hagerstown to come with more cohesion in the second set and try to find other opportunities for players, or do you think North Hagerstown needs to activate Dylann?
I think Dylann has been a really hard hitter for North Hagerstown in some of these other wins in the season. I think it's going to be a little tough to win if we can't get her activated. That said, they have a lot of potential. They have several college-bound girls on that team. So they've been here, they know how to win, and they have people ready to compete at this level.
Imagine Peltier will serve to start set 2. Our first game went to 5 sets. How long will this one go? Important to note that another Washington County team looked to go with back-to-back state championships, and they were defeated in our first game in 5 sets. Peltier and the Lions looking to send another Washington County team unhome happy. Dylann picks that one up. That'll be Dylann. Back row. Great job by Schatzner. Free ball here from Booth. Vassar. Peltier. Brown. Down. Howard right back with what they started. 1-0 lead.
Brown has just been powering through these blocks. And Howard's got Ordonez paired up with Dylann up there, shutting her down.
Peltier serving. Great serve, Dylann there. Booth blocked. Lie. And just didn't find any space. Ordonez push. Picked up by Schatzner. Lie. Dylann, watch out! In.
And she found court on that one.
Coach, I don't know how she found court. That looked like it sneaked by. I mean, the bare minimum.
Howard is setting up a super strong block there against her, but there's a reason she's going to play at Marquette.
Freshman Booth serving here. Vassar. Peltier. Bit behind on that play. Opportunity here again for Dylann. And wow. Looked like that was tooled right off the block, and she took her time with it too. The ability to adjust midair is what makes somebody like Dylann so talented. Booth serving. Barrel ball there. Ordonez spinning that one in.
Ordonez swinging from the outside on that serve receive ball. That deep one has been a spot we've seen open all day today, deep behind that setter spot.
Not a 2 apiece. Brown here to serve. You'd have to imagine Hagerstown will continue to call on Dylann. Schatzner. Lie. Dylann down.
She is heating up.
When you watch a kill, sometimes you want to look at the person who is trying to dig it out. Peltier did not have time to react to that one. That ball was hitting at her feet, and her arms had not extended. Mirror ball. Ball. Ordonez, bump set. It's going to be free. Pabellon, Johnson. No surprise here. Dylann, dump. Out.
Controllable error over there on the Howard side, but a very smart play from Dylann.
Mirror ball to serve here. Ball. Peltier. Fielder. In. Howard needed that one.
Great swing in that seam. We're starting to see a lot more power here in this second set.
It has been evident all day long. In these games, you're not going to win by just hitting it as hard as you can. You have to find spots where people are not fielder doing just that. Ball serving here. Great job by freshman Mariball. Johnson. Pabellon. Dylann. Blocked. Loggins was there. Johnson out of system setting. Dylann. Little hook shot. And Loggins. Sometimes when you're 6'2", stuff like that just happens. Ball serving. All knotted up at 4 apiece. Bear ball on it. Johnson, free ball, Schatzner. Nearly found that corner, good job by Brown. Fielder didn't get good contact.
Point for Howard. North Hagerstown. Wow. Yeah. Charlotte Williams coming in on the outside.
Watch out here, Dylann serving. Not only is she very impressive in the kills category, but in aces as well. Brown is there. Peltier. What's the call there, Coach?
They're saying her setter contact. She was up over that height of the net when she touched that ball and it went over. You see that a lot in back row setters trying to pull a ball back.
Dylann again. Looking to extend this North Hagerstown lead. Down a set. Fielder finds Dylann, who on her dig gets it back over. Ordonez. Pavillon's home. Johnson. Dylann back row. Down! Watch out. Dylann Loggins.
6'2" and denied her at the net.
Power v. power. Ordonez serving. Dylann bump set. Booth. Williams. Fielder. Off of Dylann. Kill. Tied 6 apiece.
The momentum shift in this game has been incredible. These 12 points feeling a lot longer than that first set.
Ordonez serving. Dylann. Johnson. Somehow pushed over by Eden Shupp. Fielder. Finding hands. Peltier. Ordonez back row. Nearly drops it in. Dylann finds it. Williams. Off the tip. Brown's there. Peltier. Fielder. Blocked. Somehow kept alive. What a rally we have here. Brown. Dylann. Johnson. Williams. With Dylann in the back row, Hagerstown needed somebody to step up. Senior Charlotte Williams was there, winning an important point in that rally. Pavillon to serve.
It's a very different set from North Hagerstown coming out.
Ball's there. Peltier quick for a Loggins tip. Johnson's home. Dylann. Bump set. Williams again blocked. Back over. Peltier. Fielder. Out.
Seeing a few more unforced errors here on Howard's side. The offense is starting to heat up for North Hagerstown.
Pavillon serving. Brown. Loggins. Tip there. Air ball was home. Williams. Out. Talk about unforced errors for Howard. North Hagerstown strikes back with one of their own.
Looks like Howard's putting up a pretty tight block to the pin. See the outside, you have Dylann and Williams both trying to go down that line. Really narrow margin there for them.
Vassar serving. Beautiful serve, right back over by Pavillon. Ball. Peltier. Dump. The ball was there. Dylann pushes over. Nearly found space. Ordonez. Peltier to Brown. Brown hits it home.
Wide open court there. Don't know if it was a little bit of miscommunication there on the defense, but that seam's got to get covered.
Vassar serving, tied 8 apiece. Set 1 went to the Lions. Looking to dethrone a 3-time state champion. 3 in a row state champion, North Hagerstown. Williams swung right into the block. Maribald trying to keep it alive. Great effort, but Howard wins the point. Vassar serving. 9-8 Howard. One went high on Dylann. Bump set from Babylon will turn into a free ball. Ball. Peltier, Brown into the net. Couldn't get it over. A bit short there. 9-9. Lie to serve here. running game. Lie. Ball. Peltier. Loggins. Look out.
And I think we're learning. You got a 6'2" middle up there. That blocks better be on time. Got a 6'2" middle up there versus the freshman on North Hagerstown. That's a tough matchup here tonight.
The jump dart to serve. Coach, what is stopping the lines from just going to Loggins every single time she's set up there?
They probably should.
There's the answer.
And a kill from Dylann.
Dylann responds. An appropriate answer.
And now she's back up there in the front.
And if you ask the same question for North Hagerstown, what's stopping them from going to Dylann every single time? Probably a similar answer. Schatzner serving.
Want to find those hot hands and keep them moving.
They're the reason their teams are here. Schatzner. Ordonez. Peltier. Brown tip play. Lie is home. Pavillon. Bit behind on Dylann. And smashed out.
That's a really tough ball on that out-of-system set. Dylann swinging tough on it, trying to find some court.
Middle Tennessee State commit. Peltier serving here. Schatzner. Lie, one-handed set. Out.
A little bit of frustration in that setter-hitter connection. Looks like they're talking it out.
You could see what Booth was aiming for there, just couldn't get it to drop in. Peltier. Into the net.
That was an aggressive serve coming from Peltier in the back.
This set has had a very strange feel to it. It feels like both of these teams, when their offenses are going, are swinging unstoppably. You're not able to stop it, and then you make a mistake, and then the other team is swinging unstoppably. Booth. Ball. Peltier. Brown. Right side. Schatzner gets there. This will be free. Dylann over. Vassar. Peltier. Free ball. Vassar. Peltier again. Ordonez. Tip play. Nobody home.
And they're going for that freshman Booth there in left back. It's a smart play by Howard.
Brown serving now. 2-point lead for Howard. Schatzner. Lie. Dylann. They need this, and they'll get it.
Off the high hands of that block.
I feel like hitters from both sides are identifying and executing. Mirabal serving. One of two freshmen that we have seen playing in this game. Mirabal. Brown. A little bit over, and Dylann. She identified that one.
That's the kind of player you want on your court. She's got the IQ to find that open spot and put that ball away.
Mirabal serving again. Hagerstown looking to retake the lead. Brown. Peltier. Fielder. Tip play. Mirabal can't get there. Howard not allowing.
Howard, that's the second time Howard's done that in a few points. They also just went right over that outside blocker. Now they went over and found that right side.
And it's the intimidation factor. The ability to swing is causing their blockers to run up immediately, and those back row players are taking a couple steps back. Ball. Pavillon. Schatzner. Bump set. It's going to be free here. Johnson. Brown. Peltier. Loggins. Tip. Again.
Not what they were expecting from 6'2" Loggins. Again, North Hagerstown needing to find a way to execute out of serve receive.
And it's really tricky, too, because it's a last-second tip. It is swing and tip.
Let's see if we can be out in system here.
Ball. In.
And an ace from Howard. This is what we were seeing a little bit of in that first set.
Timeout on the floor, and we will take 1-2. You're watching the MPSSAA Volleyball Championships on the NFHS Network. We'll be right back.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends. Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Welcome back to the NFHS Network and our live coverage of the MPSSAA State Championships Richard Terry alongside Coach Emily Benedict. Set 2, Howard leads 16-13. They're looking to create an insurmountable lead as they already lead 1-0. Frostburg commit. Miranda ball to serve here. Ball serving. Air ball's there. Johnson. Just out in front. Touched up. Will give Hagerstown another opportunity. Dylann in. My goodness.
It's a high-level play. Knew she was stuck on the net. Tried to just swipe that back out and recycle it off the block. She was able to execute on that next ball.
Dylann now serving. Trying to create the spark to ignite these hubs. Peltier. Ordonez.
A kill. Straight down that line.
Haven't seen much of that on the right side for the Lions. Outsides have done a good job creating pressure. Ordonez with her first explosive kill. 17-14 Howard. Her serve goes out.
A little bit of a lucky break for North Hagerstown here, trying to close this gap.
They need their libero to step up here. It's Pabellon serving. Brown. Peltier. Fielder. That's where the Lions have been most active. This one ends up out. 18-15 Lions. Vassar serving.
Johnson, a live setter for North Hagerstown. Tight pass could be a set or dump here.
They go to the freshman. Brown the other way. Trying to go cross court. That would have been an incredibly impressive kill. Ball just snuck out of bounds. Lie to serve. Lie serve. Brown there. Peltier. Brown took her time and finds space.
It's a great play by Brown. She took time, found her court, saw an opening, went for it.
The jump dart to serve. It is incredible what these players can do. It looks like the ability to freeze time and just to take a second, analyze while you're midair. The jump dart. Pabellon. Lie. Difficulty getting that one over. Peltier. We're going to catch him out of system. Booth. Freshman giving Hagerstown exactly what they needed.
Never competed in a state final, but she is swinging away. Definitely came here to be a champion. Setter dumps not working as well in this match as we've seen previously in the day. Seen quite a few attempts here.
Schassner serving. Ordonez. Loggins. Excuse me, that was not Loggins. That was Irvin. Haven't heard much from her today. Peltier blocked up. Free ball. Dylann. Lie. Another person we haven't heard much from, Lily Hagel.
We have not seen much from either of these teams in terms of any combo plays here on these free balls.
Schassner serving. Vassar. Brown, push. Great job by Pabellon. Can they keep it alive? Yes, they can. Free ball. Booth. Vassar. Peltier. Brown down. And in.
Pabellon trying to cover that back court. Kind of left to fend for herself back there.
With everything that for everything North Hagerstown has had, Howard has had a response. Peltier serving. Looking to extend this 2-point lead. Pabellon out in front of Dylann.
Miscommunication with the freshman and the senior. Same thing we've kind of seen tonight. That serve receive for North Hagerstown. It's going to be key in whether or not they can come back and finish this game.
Peltier serving. Into the net.
And saved by the bell.
Saw that last set. Howard activating an opportunity for North Hagerstown.
Howard looking to go right to this freshman server here on their response.
Can the freshman Booth capitalize? Float serve picked up by Ball. Peltier. Ordonez spinning. Schatzner. Williams ball. Peltier. Brown. Doolin now. Fly and down. Eden Shupp.
Through the block.
That was a very odd rally. Didn't really seem like anybody was swinging, and the ball was just going back and forth, and then, unsurprisingly, somebody gets a swing down and a point out of it. Booth serving. High float serve. Peltier. Brown. Schatzner. Fly looking for Doolin. Elevate to celebrate. We're tied 21 apiece.
Howard looking to respond, looking to capitalize.
Here come the Hubs. Booth. Ball. Peltier, they need this.
And they'll get it with that freshman middle playing in that left back.
Julia Irvin. We've talked so much about Dylann Loggins. Irvin making her name known. 1 point lead for Howard. Brown serving. Into the net. Wow.
Crucial point in the game. Got 3 to go both sides.
So many impressive swings. But both teams giving opportunities to the others.
We have another freshman checking in to serve.
An important serve for Mirball. And just barely in. Ace for North Hagerstown.
We have
Timeout on the floor, and we will take one, too. You're watching the MPSS AA Volleyball Championships on the NFHS Network. We will be right back.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
Welcome back to the NFHS Network and our live coverage of the MPSSAA State Championships. Richard Terry alongside Coach Emily Benedict. North Hagerstown lead 1 point here in set 2. Trying to capitalize on an opportunity. Mirball. Brown. Peltier. Fielder. Haven't heard her name in a while, and she meets the occasion. Ball serving here. Very different story from the first set to this one. Both teams ultra competitive. Ball. Mirball. Johnson. Doolin. Into the net. Can Howard take the 2-0 set lead? The serve in the hands of Frostburg commit Miranda Ball. Ball. Jump float. Mirball. Johnson. Doolin. Down.
Gave her a second shot, and she capitalized.
It'll take more than 25 to win this second set.
Williams checking back into the game here on the outside for North Hagerstown.
It's important for these other hitters to step up with Doolin serving. Doolin serve. Received by Brown. Ordonez. Mirball's home. Johnson. And it'll be free. Brown finds it. Peltier. Fielder. Doolin. Right back over. Ordonez. Peltier. Fielder. Again and in. Set point here. Arguably the most important set of the day. Ordonez serving. Doolin is there. Johnson. Blocked. Pabellon. Push here by Doolin. Ball is home. Peltier running for it. Fielder over, Dylann there. Johnson into the net. An unbelievable ending to set 2. Howard, a 2-0 set lead. We'll take you to break. When we return, set 3 and possibly the end to this Class 3 state championship game.
This is heart. This is pride. This is community. This is high school football.
Welcome back to the NFHS Network and our live coverage of the MPSSAA State Championships. Richard Terry alongside Coach Emily Benedict. Very surprisingly, Howard has a 2-0 set lead over the 3-time reigning state champion in North Hagerstown Hubs. Coach, what has Howard done to create this insurmountable lead?
You have a 5-1 setting offense here, and you're running play after play after play. These hitters want to win. They are coming out fighting. You have senior libero Miranda Ball. She will not let anything hit the ground. But the real separator here today has been in the serve-pass game. This service pressure coming from Howard to North Hagerstown has really thrown North Hagerstown off their game. North Hagerstown looking to come back. They've never dropped a set in the state finals in the last 3 years. Coming back, looking to push this all the way up to 5 sets here today. This is a bit of an unusual circumstance for them. We have 2 undefeated teams. North Hagerstown's coming for a reverse sweep today in the arena.
Incredibly unfamiliar for North Hagerstown. This is a team that has not lost to multiple in-state opponents this decade. Who's the last in-state opponent they lost to, you ask? Well, it was a tournament game against the Howard Lions. A 3-set game. Howard won it 2-1. And maybe a bit reminiscent here. North Hagerstown have to find their way back in this. Simply, it's going to be over. Howard, the strange thing about this, Coach, is that both teams are hitting incredibly well. It feels like Howard has had the upper hand until they make a mistake. We've seen a couple of service errors that have allowed North Hagerstown back in it. So that could go both ways. Maybe Howard, we see a couple more service errors, and that allows North Hagerstown to take advantage. But it's got to be scary thinking, what happens if Howard cleans up their mistakes?
That's a great question, and I'm not sure that we've had the opportunity to see that at all this season here with the opponents they've faced so far. But I will say Anna Doolin was...
Cadence.
Thank you.
Yeah, Cadence Doolin.
Cadence Doolin was a lot more active here in that second set. So that second set was a whole lot closer than that first set. So if North Hagerstown really wants to be in it, they're going to keep fighting for it. But neither team has really had the ability to kind of pull away with a momentum lead. There have been a lot of unforced errors that are kind of chopping up that energy. I think
Cadence Doolin in her first state championship without her sister Bailey Doolin. She plays at the Naval Academy. That is a very strong volleyball family. Schatzner serving. Brown. Peltier. Brown. Just can't find that corner. And an important start for the Hubs if they want to find their way back in this one. Schatzner serving again. Ball there. Peltier. Brown. Long tip picked up by Pabellon. Lie. Nobody really getting a handle on this one. Brown finally finds it. And it's going to end up as North Hagerstown's point. What happened there, Coach?
Looks like that ball didn't... Looks like it's going to be a replay.
There's an answer to everybody's questions. Nothing actually happened, and we're going to have a replay.
We're going to try that one again.
Makes sense as it looked like everybody on the court was confused before the call was even made. Schatzner serving again. Peltier. Brown. Down!
No question on that one for Brown.
These two teams are clearly dominant. When you see dominant teams like this, often the association with it is they're gonna kill at rates that you're not used to seeing. The way they're killing is a bit surprising, but it's just because both of these teams are so good. Doolin. Out.
Great set. A little bit long.
If Howard keep this lead, they will be state champions for the first time since 1980. Miranda Ball serving. Chastner right back over. Ordonez right back over. Why? Opportunity to set, and it's the freshman Booth who ties the game.
Down off the hands of that block. And she has been fighting for her team here today.
The thing that I'd be worried about if I was North Hagerstown, you have to rely on freshmen. Maybe nerves come into question. That has not been a problem. Booth and Mirball have both played with a sense of security here. Vassar. Peltier. Brown. Blocked.
Talking about nerves, that's some great senior leadership, some great team culture for North Hagerstown to be able to pull in both of those freshmen and make them starters in a state championship match.
That's a great point. It's a team effort. Booth. Vassar. Peltier. That one pushed out a little bit too far, but Brown comes down and finds it. I'll be the first to admit I had lost hope in that one for Howard. It seemed that it just was pushing its way across the net, and Brown, a little bit of a throw there.
Knows her court.
Peltier. This one too far out for Dylann. Finds the block. Nearly creates a point back over. Peltier. Lie. Back set. Hagel.
Great play by Hagel. Smart play over there by Dylann. Was able to set it up to at least be in system for some type of point, recycling off that block.
And it is incredibly important that this right side continues to activate. There's a reason Dylann is getting blocked and not having many opportunities, because everybody is looking at her. Mirball serving. Down there. Peltier. Hello.
A little bit of a miscommunication on that middle, but worked out. Pot placement was good.
Julia Irvin stepping up and getting some important points here for Howard. Brown serving. Fielder checking in for the lines. Brown. Babylon. Dylann. Peltier there. Ball. Fielder. Out.
A little bit of a lucky call there for North Hagerstown. You can see they have their libero playing in left back and middle back, depending on who's in the court. But the second Doolin's back there, she's swinging out of that pipe.
And now with Dylann back there, Williams coming in. Dylann serve. Picked up by Fielder. Ordonez. Brown. Ooh, just barely in.
Controlled shot there from Brown. Cut it a little bit close.
You said it. She knows her court. She is finding every opportunity. Some impressive stuff for the Lions. Senior McKenna Brown creating points. The Jumdar serving. Dylann. Johnson. Back bump set. Looked like it did. It did catch hands. Eden Shupp the kill.
Swing right off that block. And our freshman is back in for North Hagerstown.
Really impressive set there for Mia Johnson. A back bump set. That is not easy to do. Babylon serving. Not at 5 apiece. Hagerstown need this set to keep their season alive. Loggins. Tip wasn't there. Good job by Mirball. Dylann over. Ball. Peltier Ordonez. No touch. And a point for North Hagerstown.
Looks like Howard's looking for the touch. Not going to get it.
I personally saw net, but they definitely have a better vantage point than we do. Babylon serving. Brown. Peltier. Fielder tip. Johnson goes back. And that'll force a free ball from Dylann. Peltier. Back set. Ordonez. Johnson. Dylann, back row. It's going to end up as a point for Howard.
And she was right over that 10-foot line when she took off. They're running a very aggressive back row attack for her.
Fortunately for North Hagerstown, those are the type of mistakes you have to avoid with the way this game's being played. Ordonez serving. Air ball. Johnson. Williams. Brown there. Fielder. Great job by Mirabal. Johnson, it just ends up over and it nets touched by Booth.
That was an amazing dig by the freshman. A little bit of a freshman error coming after that.
Yep, very unfortunate mistake. We just spoke about it with Dillann's error.
Still early in the game, plenty of time to recover.
Hagerstown needs to recover. Season on the line in this set. Ordonez. Ace.
There's that serve receive. We've been talking about it all night here.
The Lions are on the prowl. 2-point lead. They look to extend it. They look to win this third set, and they look to win a state championship. Ordonez, their ball. Dylann, bump set. Williams, off hands. Peltier. Fielder. Wow, what an adjustment midair.
She had some hang time on that ball, but a great ball. Ordonez.
Ordonez will continue to serve here.
Putting some pressure on this defense.
The junior. Picking out Mirabal. Dylann pushes over. Peltier. Oh, she nearly found space. And it will end up as a point for Howard. What happened there, Coach?
Looks like they're calling a double on that ball back over the net from North Hagerstown.
Timeout on the floor, and we will take 1-2. You're watching the MPSSAA Volleyball Championships on the NFHS Network. We will be right back.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Welcome back to the NFHS Network and our live coverage of the MPSSAA State Championships. Richard Terry alongside Coach Emily Benedict. Howard leading 10-6, up 2 sets. 15 points away from a state championship. Howard fans are jamming out in the arena. They're looking forward to the opportunity to go home happy. North Hagerstown not able to enjoy the music as much. Coach, what do they need to respond?
They need this serve receive. That first ball touch, very important for the rally.
Ordonez has been targeting Mirabal. This time it'll end up at Dylann. Johnson. Booth. Ball is home. Peltier tip. Mirabal there. Johnson. Back row. Dylann. Down. Exactly what North Hagerstown needed.
And they went right to that go-to. Everyone knew it was going to her, but they couldn't get that block up in time on the Howard side.
And I'm sure it's exactly what Howard expected. Sometimes a back row swing is a bit surprising, not when it's Cadence Dylann.
Lauren Lai back in, this modified 5-1 back row.
Nice serve picked up by Ball. Peltier. Fielder. Off hands.
Couldn't quite get there on the block. Left a huge gap in this net.
Agile was a little bit late, and it allowed an opportunity for Fielder to go off hands. Looks like a moment to maybe figure out something rotation-wise. Vassar in. Howard a 4-point lead. 14 more in the state championship. Vassar. Dylann. Lie. Booth. Blocked. Loggins was all over that one.
Williams tried to come in on the cover, but went straight down from that 6'2 middle.
Solo blocks are not easy. That was a complete solo block. Loggins had no help, and she made it look easy. Vassar serving. Out. Just what North Hagerstown needed, 4-point game.
North Hagerstown going to look to build some momentum here with Schatzar in to serve.
The Jacksonville Beach Volleyball commit. The Hubs need a run. Schatzner looking to start it. Ball. Peltier. Brown. Down. That one might have actually ended up out, but it was off hands. Howard a 5-point lead.
That's how you run an offense, coming straight out of that serve receive. When we talk about that first ball return, Brown is an example of what you want to see.
Howard has been untouchable today when their serve receive is on. Ball serving. Schatzner. Lie. Dylann back row. Back over. Vassar was there. Lie. Booth. No hands. Point Howard. 6-point lead.
And that was a phenomenal dig by Vassar. We haven't talked about her nearly enough this game. She's quiet, but quite the tiger back there, picking up everything in that backcourt.
Ball serving. Schatzner. Lie. Dylann down. Wow.
And what a rip from Dylann.
Get up, right? Two words come to mind. There is some air underneath her.
North Hagerstown looking to build on this momentum. This is what you want in a state championship game.
And a new substitution here in Sandridge serving. And she'll get an ace. Coaching comes into play here. Lacey Johnson calls on a new sub.
Peyton Sandridge, a freshman.
Count it, 3 freshmen have all made their mark on this game for North Hagerstown. Sandridge again, spinning it out. The unfortunate reality when you ask somebody to make their mark with serves, it can go one of two ways, good and bad, and we saw the good and the bad. Peltier serving. Line drive, picked up by Schatzner, excuse me. Opportunity here for the Lions. Brown and down.
Block didn't quite get up on that one. Brown capitalized.
You could see that one coming. McKenna Brown has been undeniable. Peltier serving. Schatzner. Lie. Dylann. No, there you go. That's what we've seen a lot of. The Lions have had more in terms of their people doing it, but Cadence Dylann has had an appropriate response.
That's what we're looking for. First ball execution straight out of that serve receive. Dylann delivered.
Expect nothing less here from the Lions. They have been incredible in this part of the game. And nearly a great example, that was Irvin.
Smart play by Dylann. She's ripped the last couple balls, went ahead, took something off, found that tip right in front of her setter.
It's great serve-receive execution from the Lions, but better defense. North Hagerstown needed again. Ball. Peltier. Brown. Tip. Right back over. Peltier managing to get there. This will be free. Vassar. Paddle on. Johnson. Dylann. Down! Here come the Hubs.
That's what you do on a free ball. That is what those coaches over at North Hagerstown are looking for. They got 3 to close.
It's a lot easier to execute there when you know exactly where you're going. It's that outside spot. Covered by the Marquette commit. Air ball serve. Ordonez. Out. 2-point game. Lions faltering a bit here. Air ball serving. Picked up by Ball. Peltier. Ordonez again. Roll. Johnson. The Shup there. Ordonez. Blocked. Shup. Wow.
It finds its way in. A little late on that middle block. A little far off the net. Got in there anyway.
Timeout on the floor. We will take one, too. You're watching the MPSSAA Volleyball Championships on the NFHS Network. We will be right back. Welcome back to the NFHS Network and our live coverage of the MPSSAA State Championships. Richard Terry alongside Coach Emily Benedict. Howard leads 16-15, but they took our timeout as North Hagerstown, a necessary run. Coach, North Hagerstown has made a couple of runs like this today. How do they keep this momentum?
By keeping this serve here.
Air ball serve. Picked up well. Brown, right side. Block. Dylann!
They went into that timeout with the block, came out of that timeout with the block. Establishing themselves there for the first time.
Air ball serving again. We're tied at 16. Ball. Peltier. Back over. It goes the way of the Hubs. What did you see there, Coach?
I see a very upset Howard team, but I can't disagree here with the officials we have.
I 100% agree. I think that call went the right way. Air ball serve. Picked up by Ball. Peltier. Quick play, Irvin. Back over, Shupp. Ball. Peltier. Again, Irvin. Trying to find that space. It's not there. Dylann. Off the block. 2-point lead, North Hagerstown. Where did this come from?
North Hagerstown playing with fire. Realizing they're 0-2 here in this match.
Air ball serving. Ball. Peltier Ordonez. Cross court push. Dylann. High throw. She has everything.
She is just using that block here late in the third set.
That is the true mark of a remarkable hitter.
Howard starting to get a little flustered here. Starting to see some frustration.
Air ball. Ball. Peltier Ordonez. Cross court. Schatzner. Johnson. Dylann. Oh my gosh. It's Dylann again.
Another one off that block.
4-point lead for the Hubs. This is what we were expecting from Dylann and North Hagerstown. 4-point lead. Ball. Brown. Peltier. McKenna Brown. Out off the block.
Good on Brown. Again, knowing her court. Didn't reach out, try to grab that ball. Just let it go out.
Why does Howard have a 2-set lead? It's because of the intelligent plays by people like McKenna Brown. Brown serving now. Ball. Johnson. 3. Created by Brown serve. Peltier. Fielder. Tip. Ball gets there. Schatzner. Dylann. Opportunity. Tip. Picked up by Fielder, but out. How many times will we say her name? Cadence Dylann does it again.
Charlotte Williams in now. Looking to capitalize the same way. But we got Dylann in the back row now.
Dylann serve. Fielder. Peltier. Fielder. Down off the block. 3-point game.
Howard looking to close this gap here.
With the way that volleyball works, these rotations, it takes out your star players sometimes. Howard looking to take advantage of Dylann not being in the front row. Majumdar. Float serve picked up by Dylann. Johnson. Shupp. Off hands. Peltier. Miscommunication still ends up over. Johnson. Shupp. Off the top of the net. Peltier. Ordonez. Dylann. Great response. Williams. Off hands and down.
That is a great swing from Williams. Howard trying to keep the ball away from Dylann, but she's managing to find every defensive contact she can on that ball.
Don't let the set score fool you. The Hubs are here to play. Babylon serving. Here comes the crowd for North Hagerstown. Babylon. Ball. Peltier. Fielder. Babylon. Dylann. This will be free for the Lions. Can they take advantage? Ball. Peltier. Loggins off the net and down.
Picking up those balls off that net is tough.
Loggins has got to be careful. You don't want to break the net. That was a powerful swing. Ordonez serving. Dylann there. Johnson. Back row. Dylann. Out. No tip.
And they're calling a touch. I didn't see that touch, but I don't have the same view as this line judge. Looks like coach is a little unhappy here.
Some frustration. And it looks like there will be some discussion for it. Coach is allowed to talk to the ref. Assistant coaches cannot. And our decision is final. Live will serve 4-point lead for the Hubs.
No challenges here at the high school level.
Fielder. Blocked. Peltier. Loggins from an outside spot. Dylann was there. Williams. Off a block and in!
That block has been the success of North Hagerstown here in these last few points.
Often when you see a 2-0 set lead, it signals that a game is nearing its end. North Hagerstown has ignored that. They need one more point to push us to a 4th set. Lie. Ball. Peltier. Center dump picked up by Williams. Lie is there. Ball. Peltier. Howard needed that one.
Ran Peltier. What a swing. Assist from that libero, Miranda Ball.
Vassar serving here for Howard.
Another strong defender.
Vassar serve. Picked up by Pabalon. Lie set. Hagel. Off the hands of Brown. Hagerstown has himself a set. We're going to take a break. When we return, set 4 on its way.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends. Be great.
Participate.
Welcome back to the NFHS Network and our live coverage of the MPSSAA State Championships. Richard Terry alongside Coach Emily Benedict. Howard won the first 2 sets. North Hagerstown responds. A 4th set on the way. Coach, how about this? You know, we've heard a lot about how North Hagerstown has swept their last 3 state championships games. Try to guess how many sets Howard has dropped all year long.
I'm going to go with 0.
This is their 2nd drop set of the year. They dropped 1 this year. I'm not going to do the math on that, but that is a lot of sets won and a very little amount of sets lost. So now, all of a sudden, it's Howard in unfamiliar territory. They have swept 9 straight games.
And they were well on their way to do so here until North Hagerstown kind of put an end to their plan.
But it's not really a surprise. I mean, we were looking for a 5-set game in this one. From the first few points, you could tell that both these teams had the power to do so. First 2 sets went the way of Howard. There were some balls that fell that Howard needed to fall. North Hagerstown retooled that, and they found their step.
North Hagerstown really found use of the Howard block here in the last set versus just swinging straight into it. So Howard looking to readjust and correct that defense coming out here into the 4th set. Howard, 1 set to win. North Hagerstown needs this set in order to stay alive for a 5th game.
2 names to keep your eye on. Number 4, Cadence Dylann, the Marquette commit. She activates North Hagerstown. She wasn't as active in the first set. Howard won. She was there in set 2, but it just was not enough. And then set 3, you could feel it. When the electricity for that North Hagerstown crowd started to ramp up, it was because of Cadence Dylann. Every kill, that energy level just tick, 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 it keeps going up. On the other side, it's not necessarily the power of Dylann, but you see plays from McKenna Brown. Very intelligent on this Howard side.
Here on our stream, you can't see this whole stadium, but all the way even at the back of the court, we have people sitting in the bleachers, standing behind. This is a packed arena for this Class 3A championship game here today.
Our far side bleachers filled to the brim. Looking on as Howard looks for their first state championship since 1980. North Hagerstown look for a 4-peat, but they'll need to win this set to force a 5th set. Peltier serving to start. Dylann there. Lie, Dylann back row, blocked. Pabalon gets there, free ball. Off of Schatzner, Vassar. Ordonez off the block and down.
And Howard showing why you don't give him free balls.
Peltier serving. Howard will probably look to establish themselves here early on. They need every point they can get. They don't want this to be a close set. Schatzner. Lie. Dylann, tip, off hands.
Drop that ball right in front of that setter. That is a smart play. Even if she were to pick that up, that's an out-of-system ball for Howard.
Lena Casassa serving for the first time today for North Hagerstown, a sophomore, looking to make her mark. Out. Howard retake the lead. McKenna Brown serving. Her name has been all over this game. Brown. Short on Schatzner, ace. That ball just died at the last second, and Schatzner just couldn't do anything. McKenna Brown again. This time, Schatzner gets air under it. Fly. Dylann down! Coach, what do you do right there on defense?
That ball, there's not a whole lot you can do. If your block isn't up and she has that opening, you're going to be a little stuck there. Cadence is going to find the floor every time.
Air ball. Ball. Peltier. Fielder responds with an impressive kill of her own.
That is a great way to respond there. Sometimes you're going to get beat on a point, but you still got that next one to come back on. That's a great thing about volleyball here.
Ball serving. How does the North Hagerstown offense respond? Air ball. Johnson. Running tip there from Dylann, picked up. Ordonez off platform. Johnson. Dylann left-handed. Oh my gosh, she nearly found space with that one. Fielder rolling. Johnson. Clean set, blocked. Loggins. Peltier, Fielder. Can Pavillon get there? No, she can't.
What a rally. That was 3 swings in there for Dylann. And a great cover by Schatzer, but not quite enough to close.
Ball serving here. Looking to extend the Lions' lead. Air ball there. Johnson. Dylann. Off ball and over. Off the net and down.
What a dig by Ball. Right place, right moment. Able to pick that ball up. Both teams looking to run away with this set.
Frostburg commit. Miranda Ball serving. 4-point lead for the Lions. Every point matters. These points matter even more if Howard can extend it. Free ball. Ball. Peltier. Loggins. Off the head of Shupp.
Head tap for that 6'2" middle blocker on her swing. What a shot.
Timeout on the floor, and we will take one too. You're watching the MPSSAA Volleyball Championships on the NFHS Network. We will be right back.
This high school gym used to be packed most nights. Not anymore. Do you know why? Because bad behavior by fans, especially adults, has caused a shortage of game officials across the country. You see, without officials, we can't have sports. Don't let this become reality.
Welcome back to the NFHS Network and our live coverage of the MPSSAA State Championships. Coach Terry alongside Coach Emily Benedict. Howard leads set 4, 7-2. They win this set. They win the state championship. Miranda Ball serving. She's accounted for the serve on this run. Dylann. Schatzner. Dylann. Peltier. Loggins. Looking forward again. This time it's blocked. Johnson. Johnson. Air ball. Dylann. Expected.
This time she finds that seam versus going straight down that outside.
And I can only imagine how uncomfortable it is to defend that. You're expecting it to go one way and it goes the other, but it's not something that you can adjust to while that ball's in the air.
Volleyball sport, a lot of uncontrollables.
Ordonez picked up by Dylann. Johnson. Point Howard.
She thought she was going to swipe it off that block there. Loggins didn't get any hands on it. It's 4 touches.
5-point lead for Howard. Ordonez serving. Dylann, back row. Boom.
What a swing. She is swinging almost from the net by the time she makes contact with that ball out of the back row. Phenomenal set for her.
Babylon serving. We have a bit of insider information. We were told that Dylann got hurt in Thursday's practice. She didn't practice yesterday. You couldn't tell if we wouldn't have said anything.
She is hungry for that 4-peat. And it is clear by her touching almost every other ball that that's what she's going after. Her sister, injured last year with an ACL injury, could only serve in the state champions. Dylann wasn't going to let that be her.
Babylon serving. Last point, Loggins went in the net. Ordonez, Dylann, Johnson, free ball here. Ordonez, Peltier, Johnson. Peltier to calm things down. Fielder, Babylon, Johnson, back row. Dylann, heads up, back over. And Booth skied a little bit too early, and Howard ended up with the point. We have seen some impressive rallies in this game. The Howard crowd coming alive. Vassar to serve. Dylann. Johnson, Booth. Brown gets it over. Johnson, back row. Dylann. Money.
Double block up on her. Didn't matter.
That does not matter. Ordonez, the best effort she could. Her dig ends up out of play. Here comes the Hubs. Here comes Cadence Dylann.
New setter. Lauren Lai checking into the game to serve.
Lai, some important serves here. Vassar. Peltier, Babylon there. Lai, Dylann. This time Ordonez was ready. Brown looking for that back corner, and she finds it.
And these back corners have been the spots for kills all day long. Peltier continuing with that setter dump. It's a great out-of-system play. Hasn't been scoring offensively here tonight.
A jump dart to serve here. Brown has just played with such high IQ. 10-6 lead for Howard. Dylann, Lai. Brown, Dylann, Lai. Back row, Dylann. Vassar is there. Brown, off hands.
And what a dig from Vassar, her team. So excited. Crowds up in the stands.
You made the point earlier that her name has not been said enough. Sometimes these defensive players just don't get acknowledged the way they should be. Vassar, a very impressive play there. The jump dart, Dylann right back over. Opportunity here for the Lions. Won't go for Irvin. Exactly what the Hubs needed. It's Williams in response.
A great deep corner shot. North Hagerstown doing a great job picking up all of those short tips and dumps into that donut. That 3 zone is not a viable option right now for Howard's offense.
Schatzner serving. 4-point lead for the Lions. Peltier, Irvin, picked up. They love that quick set play with Irvin. That was Hagel, Peltier, Ordonez, out.
Good swing, caught that a little bit behind her.
Took a play out of the Hubs playbook with that back row swing. A little bit too much air underneath that one. Schatzner, Ordonez, Peltier, Brown, light, a little bit too light. Short there, point North Hagerstown, 2-point game. Schatzner serving, and I'm going to give some credit here to Coach Lacey Johnson. It felt like maybe a timeout was on its way. She let her girls play, and her girls have responded. Schatzner, ace! 1-point game.
Aces, a huge momentum changer for any team, especially here in the state finals.
There's been a few moments in the last 2 sets where it looked like Howard had put the state tournament away. North Hagerstown saying not so fast. Peltier, Brown, back corner, nobody home.
A little bit of miscommunication on defense. We've seen that throughout the night. Really need to cross on those defensive seams. Make sure we're running the same defense.
Peltier serving. 2-point lead for Howard. Looking to regain their large lead. Into the net.
Howard giving him another shot.
Freshman Booth here to serve.
Howard looking to capitalize on that left back, where our freshman will be.
Ordonez picked up by Dylann, runs into Booth, but it ends up as a kill anyways for North Hagerstown.
Dylann cut in, save Booth on that cross shot. Smart setter.
One side of the court got our attention with the star player for North Hagerstown running into somebody on the other side. Hadrell didn't care. She got the kill. 12-12 game.
Great offensive decision. Great setting decision.
Nearly an ace there for Booth. Free ball here. Schatzner. Dylann. Down. North Hagerstown leads 13-12. Booth serving. Vassar, Peltier, Brown. They needed it. They don't get it. Booth. Dylann. Off hands and out.
And what an aggressive approach. She is going and she is launching into that ball.
Timeout on the floor, and we will take 1-2. You're watching the MPSSAA Volleyball Championships on the NFHS Network. We will be right back.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
Welcome back to the NFHS Network and our live coverage of the MPSSAA State Championships. Richard Terry alongside Coach Emily Benedict. North Hagerstown lead 14-12 here in set 4. Their season on the line. Booth serving here. Ball. Ordonez out. Ordonez tried to angle for that back corner, couldn't get it. Booth. Ball. Peltier. Brown. Push. Booth was there. Dylann. Lightly down. 4-point lead, North Hagerstown. Sorry, go ahead, Coach.
No, North Hagerstown pulling away, and they still have our freshman Booth back to serve. Smart decision by Brown there, but forgot Booth is up there standing at 6'1". Can reach those balls. Ooh.
Hello. Howard respond.
And it looks like they're going to call her in the net.
In the net, never mind. North Hagerstown keep their momentum. Unsurprisingly, nobody in the Howard crowd like it. Booth will continue to serve. North Hagerstown has Howard exactly where they want them. As Booth continues to serve, Dylann stays in the front row. Booth serve, picked up by Ball. Irvin. Schatzner there. Here comes Dylann. Down! But she went under the net. Point Howard.
And it looks like those points have nutted themselves out.
Very strange couple of points here.
We have number 6, a junior, Alumide in here to start waiting on the right side.
Brown serving. Schatzner. Agile. Picked up by Brown. Fielder. Schatzner did everything she could.
Swing.
But a phenomenal swing by Fielder. And here come the Lions. Here come their crowd, too. Brown serving. Three-point lead for the Hubs. Schatzner's there. Lie. Again, it's Hagel.
Down through the block. Hagel heating up in this. What were you in this?
Fourth set.
Fourth set here today.
We've only had 2 games so far, and both games, they have been great games. A lot of action. Mirabal serving. 18-14 lead for North Hagerstown. Brown, Peltier, Fielder! Fielder, incredible air on that one. Ball serving. 18-15 lead for North Hagerstown. Bit too much air underneath that one. Hagerstown extend their lead. The Hubs have had ferocity in these last 2 sets. And now their fire starter is serving, Caden Stuhlin. Float served. Picked up by Dylann Loggins. Picked up by Pabellon. Dylann, back row. Tries to roll it over. How was that picked up? Brown and Ball making contact. It'll end up for Fielder. What a set. Dylann is home. Johnson. Williams. Brown. What's the call? Point North Hagerstown.
And it's another net call. This is a tough official match here tonight.
Can't make mistakes like that. Dylann serving. Brown picks it up. Peltier. Alumni. Johnson. Dylann, back row. Wow.
What a rip. She has been on fire from the back row, swinging like she is a middle hitter here.
That's one of those to where nobody was there, but I don't think it would have mattered if anybody was there.
That's a phenomenal setter connection between her and Mia Johnson here.
Oh, a very unfortunate turn of events. Dylann, a great serve. Dug out over the net. Johnson tries to place it right back over, and it just can't get over the net. North Hagerstown a 5-point lead, trying to force a 5th set. Kim serving for the Lions. New name called on. Float serve dropped in. Johnson. Shupp. Peltier. Fielder. Dylann was there. Johnson. Contact made
and a collision.
We hope that Pabellon is okay.
And she is down.
It was a very tough collision. We will go to break and return after all is sorted.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Welcome back to the NFHS Network and our live coverage of the MPSSAA State Championship. Richard Terry alongside Coach Emily Benedict. North Hagerstown lead this 4th set 21-17, but unfortunately this set has taken a left turn. Libero for North Hagerstown, sophomore Pabellon. Caught an elbow from her teammate. Diving collision. That'll turn into a North Hagerstown timeout. We'll take a timeout along with them. You're watching the MPSSAA Volleyball Championships on the NFHS Network. We'll be right back.
This is heart. This is pride. This is community. This is high school football.
Welcome back to the NFHS Network and our live coverage of the MPSSAA State Championships. Richard Terry alongside Coach Emily Benedict. 21-17 lead for North Hagerstown. Their libero getting checked out. If Pabellon can't return, what do we have to look to in North Hagerstown?
North Hagerstown is going to be looking for one of their top defenders here to step up. They are probably going to pull in someone we may not have seen tonight. We will see kind of how that lineup shakes out here in a minute. It looks like she's going back in the game.
This is incredible. She was just getting a concussion test. I feel like I'm watching the NFL right now. She took a shot, a legit shot.
Both crowds cheering for Pabalon.
Truly a different level of dedication from Pabalon. Dylann. Johnson. Shup. Out. Did it get hands? No. Point Howard. Correction. They did end up giving it to the Hubs.
Howard confused by that call.
Along with me.
It's like Pabalon back to serve here.
Tell you what, if Pabalon could get an ace here, this crowd would go insane. North Hagerstown already a comfortable 5-point lead. Confirmation of the point for North Hagerstown. Here's Pabalon. Solid serve, and she gets the ace! Oh my goodness!
And this time, just the North Hagerstown crowd was wild. They are running away here in the fourth.
This looks like a team that is 3-time reigning state champions. Ball. Loggins. The response the Lions needed.
What a kill by senior middle blocker, Loggins.
Indiana State commit, proving to us why she is D1. Vassar serving now. 5-point lead here for North Hagerstown. Can Howard climb their way back into this one? Johnson. Booth, the freshman. Solid strike. Opportunity for Howard. Punched over. Williams. Johnson. Dylann touch. Peltier was there. Kim. Blocked and down. McKenna Brown. 4-point game.
McKenna Brown not scared of any block. We'll swing through it.
I'm sure North Hagerstown thought they had their moment with Pabalon's ace. Here come the Lions. Vassar. Dylann. Johnson. Free ball. Kim couldn't get there. Hagerstown need one more. Sometimes the trickiest balls are the ones that everybody feels are the easiest. A free ball that just kept drifting. Eli to serve. Trying to force a fifth set. Lie. Vassar. Peltier. Brown. Looking for that back corner. Pabalon was there. Williams. Dylann! Out.
And a swing and a miss there from Howard's defense.
Appeal for a touch. We didn't have the right angle, but it's easy to assume that there wasn't a touch. Pretty confident on that call. 4-point game. Majumdar serving. Short serve, right, no, into the net. I thought it had enough to get over. It did not. Ace from Majumdar. 3-point game. Here come the Lions.
And these Lions have been fighting all day here in this arena.
Majumdar. I serve. Dylann there. Lie. Booth.
It doesn't make it over.
2-point game.
Howard fighting for that first state championship win since 1980.
If you took a look into that huddle, Dylann, the vocal leader, trying to get her team going. Blocked. 1-point game.
North Hagerstown, last chance to close here before it's tied up at 24.
Now it's Peltier, the vocal leader for the Lions, getting her team going. Majumdar, back to Dylann. Lie. Back row, Dylann. Vassar, what a dig. Brown, the more comfortable. Lie. Williams finding space, Majumdar there. Peltier. Brown backing to Pabalon. Lie. Back row, Dylann. Vassar again. Majumdar. It's a free ball. This time to Booth. Blocked. We're tied. 24 apiece.
What a rally! That is some incredible defense from number 29, Vassar, out there in middle back for Howard.
How have Howard responded? Majumdar. Dylann, lie. It's for Dylann. It's a tip. Off hands and down.
And another game point for North Hagerstown. Can they close and force this to a fifth set? They are going for their 4-peat here in this arena.
Schatzner serving. An opportunity now as Dylann moves back up to the front row. On the line side, keep your eyes on number 9, McKenna Brown. Vassar, Peltier, looking for Brown, down! Tied again, 25 apiece.
This will not be an easy win for either team.
Neither team wants to give this up. Both teams willing their way past the 25-point mark.
Why going to be looking for Dylann here?
Peltier. Short ace!
Game point for Howard for their first championship win since 1980 in an undefeated season.
I'll tell you what, the last person I expected to get an ace in a spot like this was Peltier. She's had a couple going into the net. The most important serve of the night falls in her hands after an ace of her own.
And we just saw a substitution here. Peyton Sandridge in for freshman Charlotte Booth.
Schatzner, excuse me, there. Lie. Dylann. Touched. There's a call. State champions. Howard Lions, the first time since 1980. Coach looking for some clarification. What happened on that last point?
It looked like that last call, one of the North Hagerstown players here was underneath the net over that center line, and that was the game here in this arena tonight.
A very unfortunate way to end North Hagerstown.
Two phenomenal teams.
A game that deserved 5 sets. A phenomenal run from Howard. Really, out of nowhere. It looked like 5 sets was destined. We'll take a short break, and then the award ceremony will be on its way.
This is heart. This is pride. This is community. This is high school football.
Thanks to everybody for tuning in to a phenomenal Class 3 state championship game. What a phenomenal game between the Howard Lions and the North Hagerstown Hubs. Howard, their first state championship since 1980. This is the NFHS Network and MPSS AA Volleyball. Thank you for tuning in.